Welcome back, everybody, to Cobertizo. This is Chapter 3, and if that's news to you, you better go find Chapter 2 or 1, depending on where you're at. I will put Chapter two's link in the description. Now, I do realize that I have been a little loud in my earlier recordings, and I'm still getting used to this microphone, so please bear with me. Have patience. Um, Otherwise, today we're going to jump into chapter 3. So find your cozy spot, sit back, relax, close your eyes, do some chores, and enjoy. Chapter 3, The Beginning. Bruno! Mirabelle sighed. Bruno, come on. Not everything about your prophecies are bad. Good things come out of it. She called out to the fields. She couldn't find him no matter how hard she tried to look. He wasn't behind the walls, in his tower, the bridge, the sheep, the mountains. He wasn't anywhere. She sat on a rock next to some goats and stared at them while they chewed boredly in her face. I bet I could tell you your future and you'd be fine, she said with her hand on her cheek. You will spend the next 4 hours eating grass, go home and come out and do the same thing tomorrow. At least there's plenty of grass for you. Bah! See, that's not too bad. Suddenly, the rock she sat on was lifted off the ground, and she almost fell off. Whoa! Mirabelle, I've been looking all over for you! Louisa plucked her little sister from the rock that she hung from and tossed the rock, nearly hitting the goat. It backed away slowly and broke into a run. Mirabelle saw the fear in Louisa's eyes. Since the fall, Louisa had become more loose about her feelings with Mirabelle. All of the family had, even her abuela. Come on, let's lie down and talk. There's no time for talking. Bruno is talking about... She stopped and looked around her before whispering, Cobertizo. She hugged her sister tightly in her fear of the word alone. Oh, too tight! Mirabelle wheezed and waited for her sister to calm down before asking, What's Cobertizo? Shh! Don't say it out loud! Mirabelle looked around. They were in an empty field. Even the goats had run away from Louisa. Okay. She softened her voice. What's Cobertizo? Abuela told us about it to scare us inside when we were kids. How could you forget? She couldn't remember any such story. Maybe because she was never out too late as a kid. Then how do you know it exists? Oh, well, I don't, but I was helping Camilo get a mirror into Dolores' room because I guess he broke one of hers, and they were switching into some chandelier mirrors. So I brought it in, and she was trying to find Bruno for you, and he's talking about it. Seriously, talking about going to it. Dolores says he's in town somewhere, but there's too many people, and she said I could find you here, and you gotta talk to him. Mirabelle bit her lip and began pacing. Maybe that's the prophecy he was looking at earlier. Did Dolores tell you exactly what he said? No. She just said he was talking to himself about it. What prophecy did he have? I don't know. I know he wasn't doing good before he left the house. He seemed really freaked out about that prophecy. Remind me, what's Cobertizo again? We don't have time. You gotta help us find Tio Bruno. She picked up Mirabelle under her arm and ran back towards the town where they ran into Julieta. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Louisa. She took Mirabelle and hugged her. Now, what did Bruno say to you before you left? He didn't really say anything, only that he needed to think and wanted me to leave him alone. Louisa, go look in the rice fields. He may be there. Right. Come with me. Julieta pulled Mirabelle towards the backlands of Encanto, past the fields and the lush green forests, until the trees started growing gnarled and twisted their branches together. The roof of leaves became so thick that it blocked out the sun, and Mirabelle felt as though she were walking through a tunnel. There were beams of light that somehow broke through the roof of trees and made a dim light that took her eyes a few minutes to adjust to. It was when she saw a looming fog coming in the distance that she got a terrible feeling in her gut. Stay close, Julieta said, though she felt just as scared as her daughter, if not more, knowing what was at the end. Mom, where are we going? Shh, they might hear you. Mirabelle's eyes grew wide. She stopped, pulling her mom back. What might hear us? The curses. Spirits that may attack if disturbed. A chill went down Mirabelle's spine as she backed away. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Isn't this still Encanto? I thought nothing could attack us in Encanto. Julietta's eyes never stopped shifting side to side, expecting a curse to come out at any moment, though she herself had never seen one. It was her own mother who had seen them herself and told many stories. There is a light and dark side to everything, mijo. But why are we here? Where are we going? A dark feeling came over Julieta. She hated the thought of being in the terrible place, but it was the last place they hadn't looked for her brother. To Cobertizo. Tio Bruno, come back! Camilo shouted and ran after the agile old man, changing into his tio to match his gait. The cape of Bruno's poncho swayed from his stride, and no matter where he went, Camilo followed. Bruno might have been matched in his own swiftness, but not in his nimble steps. Between the narrow alleys of the houses, he stepped up and wall jumped onto the rooftops. Whoa, that is so cool! Camilo watched him in awe before realizing his tio was getting away. Hey, wait, that's not fair! On the roof, Bruno caught his breath. First Dolores, then Louisa, now Camilo. These kids were going to be the death of him. I gotta get out of this place. No, it only happened later. He knocked on the top of the house for good luck, saying it 5 times and rapping on his head. He groaned. Oh, Dolores probably heard that, he thought to himself. He jumped across from roof to roof until he was sure he wouldn't be found in the leaves of a bush that grew out of the top of the house. He took a slow, silent breath and closed his eyes, leaning back. My family is in danger because of me. I have to figure out a way to stop it, no matter what. He opened his eyes to see a toucan eyeing him. No, shh, don't! Before he could grab it, it flew off. He knew it was going to tell Antonio where he was. I gotta get out of my Persian blue catmint. Isabella came up behind him. Ah! He scrambled back, only to fall off the roof. Ah! A large vine with a flower came and caught him. It poofed, creating a smelly dust that turned his clothes a dark red. Oh no, it's begun, he whispered, looking at the new color. Tio Bruno, what's the matter? Talk to us, we're your family. Isabella tried. She wasn't very good at calming people down like her little sister, but she tried her best to mimic her. You guys don't understand. I'm a danger to all of you. You gotta stay away from me. Stay away? You stayed away for years because of a prophecy you had about Mirabelle, and it still happened. I didn't stay away in the hopes that it wouldn't happen. I stayed away because I didn't want all of you to hate her. This time it's different. This time every second you're near me is another second closer to disaster. After leaving the house, he tried again to have a prophecy about himself, to show himself again what would happen and maybe find a way out, a hope like he did with Mirabelle. But it was all the same. Every inch of the future was sealed. His future was sealed. What kind of disaster? I've said too much already. He jumped down and swung into a window, hopping into a random house in silence. He could hear the yells of his family looking for him and gathered just outside the window he sat under. I had him, but he got away, Isabella said. He said every second we're near him is another second closer to disaster. I heard him say it's already begun to, Dolores said. What disaster? The sun from outside was blocked, and wind rustled paper inside the house from Peppa's worry. It's okay, mi corazón. No disaster will come, Felix reassured her. If it does, we'll stick together, just like we always have. Hold on. What do we do? If being near him is danger, then maybe we should just let him go. Camilo! We will not turn our back on our family. Not again, Abuela said. Where is Mirabelle? Bruno squeezed his eyes shut. The prophecy was already beginning to unfold. He shouldn't have said anything. She went with my mom, Luisa said. She didn't say where they were going, only to head Bruno off. I heard where she was going, Dolores squeaked. They went to Cobertizo. Silence filled the air. Bruno's heart nearly pounded out of his chest. They can't go there. It's not supposed to be this way. he thought. I would go to stop them. What? But abuela! The family surrounded her, stopping her from making any movements. So much clamor they made that nobody heard Bruno run out the other side of the house and towards the forest, where Mirabel and Julieta had been found by the curses. And that is the end of chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed this exciting little chapter. I am going to keep going with these chapters. I'm going to update real soon here. I hope you're enjoying the story. Again, God bless, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.